Hello, everyone, and welcome to Armando Motivación, where you can find educational resources about teaching, tips, technology, and so other stuff that we need to incorporate into our classes. Also, this is a channel so we can help principals, teachers, students, and parents along the way in order to succeed in this educational world because this world is full of lessons and, of course, full of challenges. In today's video, we are going to talk about three challenges that teacher faces along the way. The first one, planning. The second one is, of course, getting to know our students. And the third one is getting to know our program. So we are going to talk about those challenges because I know there are a lot of challenges also, but I'm going to talk about these three because if I do talk about the others, well, it's going to be a long video and I don't want that. So please keep updated with these three challenges that I'm going to tell you about. So the first one is planning. Planning is a very essential skill that teachers need in order to get a class full of excitement and a great potential so that students can acquire knowledge in different ways. For example, singing, dancing, motivating, visualizing, etc. So it is important to understand that planning is a key to succeed in every class. Us as teachers, we need to get to know our program in order to put the plan in a very correct, specific spaces in our timeline in order to students acquire that knowledge step by step. Okay, so it is important to get to know our program, to read, and to be full of knowledge in order to get this class arranged in a very proper way. Because if we don't arrange this class in a very proper way, so it's going to be a disaster and the class is not going to have an objective. So it is important to understand that classes need to be as objective as possible because as you can see, while planning, sometimes we can face challenges along the way. For example, the classes could be canceled because of a storm, because of something natural happen, and everything that has to do with blocks along the way are surprises that sometimes we are not willing to face, but we need to be prepared. As teachers, we need to be prepared in order to plan and do things correctly. And instead of crying or be stressful about all those obstacles, why not take that as an advantage and accommodate the plans or add something to the class or get rid of something so the class can be attractive and can be full of potential. Sometimes these obstacles can be opportunities for make our classes much better than in the first place we done it. So it is important to get to know how to react to things that are not in our control. As teachers, we need to understand that planning can be challenging, but also can be rewarding. All right. So plan carefully and plan extremely well so your class could be as perfect as possible. Okay. Because sometimes, yes, we can make mistakes, but it's a great idea to always get focused on what are we going to teach our students. Okay. That is challenge number one. Now, challenge number two is getting to know our students. Remember that our students are people that has emotions, feelings, and they want to achieve something in their lives. And we need to understand that these people are there for acquire knowledge. And us as teachers, our mission is to share our knowledge to them in order to apply that knowledge into their own personal lives. Why? Because the students can grow and become better persons each and every single day, and they can apply all these instruments while learning. It is important to get to know our students because sometimes we might think that this person over here is from the city and this person over here is from the city, and because they both are for the city from the series, sorry, they have the same experiences in life, the same feelings, emotions, etc. But that is not the case, because maybe this person is from the city and this person is from the city, but they have different families with different emotions, different ways of thinking, different ways of get their knowledge. So we need to get to know our students, how they learn, their emotions, what they want to achieve in life, in order to get that confidence, because we need to motivate our students so we can be remembered in their lives. We can be inspired by them also, because students can motivate us, and us, we can motivate students. It's like a teamwork process, so we can grow each other, evolve, and getting better at each and every single day in our daily lives. So students are important to get to know, because all the groups maybe have the same ages, but maybe this group is a little tranquil, maybe this group is a little peaceful, maybe this group is more dynamic, maybe this other group has more energy, maybe this group is a little bit of a disaster, challenging. So we need to be prepared for that. Not all the groups are the same. Not all the kids are the same. Every single person, every single student in the school has their own story in life, their own challenges, and we need to work together in teams in order to acquire motivation, confidence, and so the students cannot be shy and also cannot be extremely confident. But it's important to understand that we need to have a balance between those two. Okay, so getting to know our students is another key to succeed in our teaching world. And the last but not least challenge that teacher face is getting to know our program, the program that we're working in, the book that we're working with our students. We need to flip the pages and get to know the content, so we can have that knowledge, so we can share that knowledge properly to the students so they can understand much better, because some students can have doubts about this topic. And if we explain to the students the class in a proper way, the students can fully be prepared and understand all the concepts that we are explaining to them. Why? Because when we get to know our program, we are acquiring the skill of documenting ourselves, so we can get that knowledge and have a lot of resources out there and apply them to our class, and that will be noticed by the student. And if the student notices that, that means that the student, he or she, might think that you are an excellent teacher that takes that time to be prepared, to plan, to do things correctly, to manage the class perfectly. And by noticing that, the student will have a lot of confidence on asking you questions, or maybe they will understand fully the topic that you are explaining to them. That is a great motivation for the student to get to know that you are acquiring that motivation to prepare, to have some time to, let's say, getting the tools you need to be a great teacher. Sometimes we cannot be perfect, but we do our best that we can, so we can bring to the student a perfect experience in learning. Okay, while they are learning, because now they will understand the topic, they will do the exercises and activities much better, and they will going to feel that they are achieving something in the school, because we need to understand that students, they have a lot of effort to do while waking up at 6 a.m. and then coming to class all those hours and sometimes take a little break. And we need to applaud that because the student is taking a lot of effort, a lot of his or her time to acquire knowledge and to apply that knowledge, so he or she can become a better person each and every single day in their lives. So that is what I wanted to share to you today. Those are the three common challenges that teachers faces along the way in their working process. But we don't need to worry because, as you can see, we need to be focused. We never stop learning, and we need to update. We need to build that knowledge in order to grow, to evolve, and to give even more. All right. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you like this episode for today in English. This is the first time that I'm doing this in English. Thank you so much for your time. Please subscribe to my channel, and of course, put on the comments below if you have another challenges that you face as a teacher along the way. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will see you in another podcast, in another video, so stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching, and see you soon. Bye bye.